Hello, good evening, and welcome back. As the US election unfolds, I'm not expecting a lot of traction tonight, and good luck to Trump. 4 more years, Trump 2020, as we all hope. Hope all those bets come in golden. In the meantime, in the UK, domestically, the UK terrorism threat level has been raised to severe. Yes, so what's going on in the continent has not gone unnoticed, and so they've decided, well, shit, it seems like we're probably going to be next. We've had protests outside the French embassy from the Muslims in London, so we should probably be more aware of what's going on over here as well. So it's been upgraded from substantial to severe. What they've tried to say from Priti Patel is no, it's nothing in particular that we're concerned about. That there aren't any big movements that we're aware of that are going to come out to cause terrorism anytime soon. But there will be more visible policing across the country because of what has happened in the continent. And I'm still in two minds about this. On the one hand, I'm thinking, well, you've got multiculturalism, which will inevitably lead to terrorism because of the myth of the moderate Muslim. In which case, yeah, of course, we're going to see more Islamic terror attacks over here. I'm also thinking, are they concerned about the riots that we'll see over here once Trump wins? And I think they're also concerned about what kind of protests are they going to have about this second lockdown, especially considering you've still got the 5th of November where people are going to be out. And if you haven't seen V for Vendetta anytime recently, I highly recommend that you do so. And then trying to put a can on the remembrance services for Remembrance Day. At that point as well, thinking, no, there's definitely going to be some pushback against that. And sure, we're not as hard and go get 'em as they are in the States, but there are still going to be people who love this country and love what it stands for and the freedoms that it is supposed to protect. And those people that won't really have anything left. It could be people that are towards the end of their lives. It could be people who don't have any children. Or it could be people who are being told that they're out of a job and they've got no chance of getting it back. And they need that job in order to pay for their family to survive. Any types of these people are going to be the kind of people who will not take this laying down. The kind of people who previously would have been welcomed into the army as well before the big push for women, trans, gays, Muslims, and all that, with a £1.8 million being spent on that. The people that have been disenfranchised and say, well, I've got no place here and I'm just trying to make ends meet, and now you're saying that I can't do that. And the aggressive types of people, the men, they are the ones that aren't going to take this lying down. And as I say, especially given the 5th of November is coming up, I'm surprised there isn't more being spoken of this. But I would not be surprised if we see something quite violent happening soon. And I think that's also why the UK government have decided, well then, it's time that we raise the police presence, because I don't think they're so concerned for us, but they are more concerned for themselves. As they say, the British people should be alert but not alarmed. This is a precautionary measure following the horrific events of the last week in France and last night in Austria, and it is not based on a specific threat. She added that significant steps had already been taken to amend powers and strengthen the tools for dealing with developing terrorist attacks. Well, doesn't that sound ominous? As I said before, we face a real and serious threat in the UK from terrorism. I would ask the public to remain vigilant and to report any suspicious activity to the police, she said. What would be nice, if you really wish to address the elephant in the room, but I'm sure she doesn't, is to report suspicious activity to the police, even if you're concerned of being called racist. I think that would really be the cherry on the top. And it's like what Jimmy Carr joked about a few years back when the highest threat level was imminent. That's like, well, that might be the official highest category, but realistically, the highest category in England is, I don't care if it looks racist, the man with a beard with a rucksack is saying his prayers far too loud, I'm going to get off the bus. And that is what it means in Britain. But, as we've seen with the Manchester bombing, that the chap there, the security guard, was too afraid to report it at risk of being called racist, that he didn't, and people died. So, same goes here. People are only going to report these things if the consequences of reporting them aren't that severe. And so they're thinking, well, it's unlikely it's a terror attack, but it is very likely that I'm going to be smeared, lose job, relationships, friendships, opportunities, that kind of thing. Therefore, it's best that I don't say anything and just hope that somebody else does. But of course, if everybody hopes that someone will do something, then nobody will. But just to wrap up, I'll give you the updated 5 levels of the threat set by the Joint Terrorism Analysis Center. Low, the attack is highly unlikely. Moderate, an attack is possible but not likely. Substantial, an attack is likely. Severe, an attack is highly likely. And then critical, an attack is highly likely in the near future, as in imminently. But that's how it stands at the moment. So as always, let me know down below what you guys think about why this was brought in now. How much is it to do with Islamic terrorism, and how much is it because of the US election and the response to the lockdown? Always intrigued to what you guys have to say, and as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff really does help the channel grow. Greatly appreciate all the help we've had so far, and as always, until next time, have a good one.